Hey, this is part 2. I had to pull over. I'm getting lots of downloads. Welcome to this video. If you haven't seen these videos before, welcome back. If you have, my intention is unity and oneness. I was kind of in the middle of a flow and my eyeballs started twitching and was receiving some. Guys, if you ever start yawning over and over again, or if your eyeballs start twitching, or if you feel like you have to cough or burp, it's just energy moving around. And sometimes we're receiving activations, we're clearing energy, so just recognizing that is important and not worrying about labeling it. Anyways, so what I was sharing was what I'm seeing with these 3 earths is that the density is being absorbed, and it's almost as if this 5D, we'll call it, version of Earth is assisting the 3D version of Earth. And I'm getting emotional when I say that. It's like it's helping to balance it out somehow. It's like we as a collective are holding it up, are helping it to stay uplifted. It's not like that version of Earth is going to disintegrate and fall apart as other versions have happened in the past, because it's too valuable. There's still value in the 3D. There's still value in it's not like it's all not worthwhile, right? Worthwhile. It's still worthy of being held and loved. So anyways, nothing goes to waste. So what I was shown is, as we're lining up with these stargates, as we're lining up with these portals, somehow, because we're holding this lower frequency of Earth, because we're holding this vibration, we're holding this space. That's why this has been such a big message, is holding space for one another. We're literally holding space so that things don't just disappear. We're like, okay. And then when these portals and stargates line up to assist us, that energy is able to be shared with the 3D. It's not all about us getting to 5D or getting out of density or expanding to these higher consciousness. It's also about healing the 3D. And I'm being very linear when I say this. It's about healing those people that aren't necessarily choosing to be going through ascension in the same way that some of us are that are in the lightworker community, if that makes sense. So we are assisting by us holding space, and this assists Earth, all versions of Earth, all dimensions, all timelines. It literally is creating this pocket of healing energies, and it's creating the ability for the energy to come through us as portals, to come through like a sound beam, like a sound wave. And we're creating what would have been a bounce back, because it was so dense for and I'm just going, guys, based off my own perspective and what I'm seeing. It isn't, I probably could use such better words, but from a linear perspective, the density in the older version of reality, or the lower dimensions, we could say, was thick, and there was this bounce back, this pushback. But now, because we're opening this space and we're saying, yes, it's allowing these higher frequencies to then be absorbed, digested, so on and so forth. So that's what I'm being shown. So it allows higher timelines to be anchored from one perspective. It allows us to become, our light bodies to be more available and accessible and embodiment now. It allows us to be more in touch with our bigger version of reality, we could say. There's so much, I could go on, and I'm meaning for this to be a short video because I actually have to run into an appointment. But it creates it assists in opening to our multidimensionality. And this multidimensionality is a deeper reflection of all that we are, and we are Earth. We are all of that. So this may not make sense if you didn't watch the first video, by the way. This allows us to purify our experience, to come from a more pure place of experiential freedom. I'm probably gonna have to do a part 3 because I got distracted from my last video, but and we are being invited to decompress. For that which we are compressing into is a deeper space of knowingness. It can feel like we are being placed in a compression tank at times, and what I'm seeing is we were in a protective space before, but now all of that has expanded and it's basically coming in full stream. This can feel overwhelming at times for certain individuals, and that is where we all play our part in our community of space holders and creators. We allow ourselves to create from a more expansive place of freedom, giving others their freedom so that they do not burst at the seams, so to speak, that they can allow this to make a deeper impression. So what is an impression? I'm seeing creativity, artwork, impressionism, impressed upon, it leaves its mark, so to speak. But this energy that's coming in is leaving its mark, so we're absorbing more of it, right? And it's allowing us to that's all play on words. So I'm being guided to talk about the dimples on a golf ball briefly, and then I'm going to end on this note. I keep being shown dimples on a golf ball, and that the reason you have dimples on a golf ball is for velocity, for speed, for movement patterns. And if you have less dimples on one side of the ball, what I was shown basically is that there's more star seeds. I was shown that we keep having this message about there's too many people on Earth and it's overpopulated. And that is misinformation from what I'm being shown in my perspective. What I'm being shown is that we are the dimples on the golf ball. And the more you have, the faster it goes, the faster speed it goes, the more balanced it is. And because new Earth is bigger than the old Earth. There's more space. We just felt compressed, and we felt the density, and we felt the heaviness. And that was reflected in our perspective that we're running out of room. Because how can you hold more space when you don't, how should I say, it's like a sponge, right? That's full, it can't take any more on. But we have expanded into this deeper awareness. We've expanded, and Earth has grown. And I'm not sure exactly how this all works. I'm just sharing what I'm being shown in my visions, my meditations, in my channelings, and my whatever we want to call it. And as she expands, as we expand together, we are creating more space. We're making more space, and we're allowing for more space, which allows us to fill up with more energy, with more light. And somehow this is all connected. So the golf ball, for example, is we're spinning at a different velocity. Our physics have changed, our mathematics have changed, our body composition has changed, and so has the Earth's composition. I do not know if this is reflecting now. What we're seeing in the mainstream is not what we're tapping into as our light worker community. And we know this. We know this innately. So we are creating this velocity. We are the dimples on the golf ball, which is Mother Earth. And so all of these beings on here needed to be on here at this time. And yes, there are many beings that are leaving because that affects the velocity of our expansion. But we're holding, I'm hearing we're holding our own. So this is really cool. So as these portals and stargates are open and accessed, and as we get this help from everything, we're being invited to just let go. And especially for this month, get out with the earth, connect with the water, set our intentions, be conscious co-creators, be conscious of what we're co-creating, really be aware of our thoughts. Our thoughts hold power. Our thoughts carry energy. And allow the unfoldment and allow things to speed up by being in a present space. So we think things have to speed up, and that means we got to run here and we got to do this and we got to do this healing. It's take time for ourselves, recognize we are changing time. The times are changing. The tides are changing. Everything is different. It has already occurred. And we're just experiencing, and we're creating this ripple effect. We're experiencing a ripple effect. And this all has we can feel it if we're quiet and present with it. Breathe. And as conscious co-creators, offering this space, honoring this space, honoring this expansiveness that we're feeling. And I'm going to end on that note. I know this wasn't a very, so. Just breathing in and out. We are coming out of hibernation, so to speak. I'm seeing so much hibernation, hyperbole, hyper speed, warp speed. I'm going to end on that note. In love and light, guys. Namaste.